Hello, once again, everybody, and good evening to you all. This is 21st Century Jedi streaming to you live again on a Thursday evening. Beautiful evening outside for us. A little bit hot, a little bit muggy, but still beautiful. Um, Welcome aboard. Today we are going to explore the game that is called RimWorld. And I had to do a check to see. I have not actually streamed this game yet. And it's technically not considered retro, I suppose, but the play style and the fact that it already is a few years old leads me to say that, yeah, this is probably, as close to retro as we're going to get tonight. So, um, hey, Foxfire, just looking to see what you sent me here. Yeah, nice. Okay, so what's been going on here? I've been getting ready for a little bit of adventure of sorts, I guess, on my side. I'm going to be moving my daughter and her family up to Maine um, this weekend, which will be, it'll be a fun travel adventure and stuff, which I like doing. I like doing drives that have some distance to them, just kind of tooling around out in my truck, me, my tunes, and just enjoying the ride and stuff. I kind of dig that these days. So it'll be a fun adventure. And then right after that, I go straight into a camping trip with the family. It's a little bit more close to home. So we're getting ready. We're gearing up for all this stuff going on, and it should be a good, fun, week full of adventure between now and then. What it means for the schedule is that it's highly unlikely that I'm going to stream Sunday evening, as I mentioned previously. Um, there's a chance I might stream next Thursday. I will be getting back from my camping trip that day. I believe I'll be back in plenty of time to be able to stream. It'll all depend on how I'm feeling, of course. We'll be out in the sun for a little while, and you get kind of tired after you have all that outdoor air and stuff. So we'll see if I'm feeling up for it on Thursday. I'll pencil myself in as questionable on that day officially. But yeah, that's kind of what's going on for me. Um, this game, I really do enjoy this game, and I've been kind of wanting to get back to it. It's one of those games that you could pick up, you could start to play it, and you start getting really into it day after day after day after day, and then like you may put it down for a little while, and you might put it down for like months. But when you pick it back up again, you kind of have to remember where you left off in your save and stuff, but you can easily pick it right back up and start wanting to do more and more and more again. So basically, this game is all about like open world survival, um, but it's done in a top down format as opposed to like your first person or even like somewhat third person isometric. This is top down third person basically. Um, and it's what's clever about it is that the developer, Ludeon Studios, they they treat it like it's a story, and they allow everyone who plays this game to um, almost craft their own story in a way. They give you so many options in the core game, and they allow you to mod it so many different ways. There are probably thousands of mods available for this game alone. Myself have got at least 2 dozen mods I think already installed on this thing just for quality of life and additional things that these mods add to the game that I just enjoy. Um, they do so without necessarily tipping the scales in terms of balance because you can still make the game extremely hard or extremely easy depending on how you want to play it. So um, but it's cool. You could start it off in a lot of different ways that you want. You can start really like difficult where you're, naked survivors trying to fend for yourselves on a planet where you have no skills and you have to develop everything to survive. You could start on a spaceship if you wanted. You could start with a lot of different resources, and they have a lot of different DLCs available for this thing. There's a DLC involving royalty. There's a DLC involving what do they call it? Um, Ideology. They have biotech. They have anomaly. There's another one that's coming out now. I think it was a space theme one, but they're coming out with yet another DLC. They've got probably almost a dozen DLCs out there now. Each one adds another set of content. Think of this game. You know what? The easiest way to think of this game is if you've played The Sims, any of the Sims versions, right? Think of it like that. Um, I want to say the graphics are slightly cruder, not much, but they are cruder. Um, but the possibilities for your colonists and your Sims, I guess, are infinitely more than what you would play if you were playing The Sims. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this. So I'll make a new colony. We're going to do the crash landed one. It'll be three crash landed survivors, classic RimWorld experience. We start with all this stuff here, and it's again, you could go crazy, difficult on these things if we really wanted to. I'm just going to start you off with the classic one so you can see. So we'll go ahead and do this one. We'll go into the scenario editor, I think, next. Yeah, I need the scenario editor because I'm going to. Where is it now? Nope, I don't need the scenario editor. Never mind. So the next piece is the AI storyteller, which this gives you not only level of difficulty, but also like how you want your story to be told in game. So what it means is like you can have your classic thing where you have challenge and tension. You could have make it more of a chill based story, but as the difficulty comes along, it gets really really hard. You can have it totally random, where events are thrown at you all different ways. You could do something that focuses more on how well your technology level builds up, tells how much your enemies are going to scale accordingly, right? And the last one's a Kismet one, which is this is one where they your pawns are destined for something greater, so it's going to keep people around for longer, test the newcomers out. So I think for this one, we'll take the classic. I'll make it. I usually take adventure story as my difficulty. That's pretty difficult enough. Once you start getting into these harder ones, it becomes very, very challenging. And we're okay with reloading anytime. We're not going to go in this Iron Man mode here. I am missing something here. I don't think I'm supposed to get to this part yet. Let me go back. I think we're supposed to edit this. No. What's going on here? Nope, that's not it either. Sorry. I had it where you could edit I thought it was scenario editor, but maybe I got the wrong one. Nope. Let's try this one. I thought there was a way that you could change that. That's strange. Okay, not a problem. We're just going to go into this then. Adventure story, reload anytime. Seed, devastated. You can randomize the seed here with whatever word you want to throw in there. We'll go with jockstrap. Why not? Okay. Globe coverage. We're only going to go 30% for this one. I'm not expecting us to generate the whole entire map here. These are the factions that you'll see. Some of these will be against you. Some of these will be, roughly in favor of you. You can swap these around, of course. The bottom two are the ones that are like the most dangerous because those are the mechanoids and the insects. They are just your random bad guys that come along. But you always know they're against you. You always know they're evil. So we'll go ahead and generate this. Hot love Kai. So now this is the world, and we need to determine like where our starting point's going to be. So I'm going to do a select random site here at the bottom. What does this give us here? This gives us a temperate forest. And the thing you want to watch for here is um, what your growing period is. Because when you start off, you're growing stuff outside most likely. You don't have the technology to grow plants and food and stuff indoors, although you can develop that. Um, so when you start off, you want to have a good growing period. This is a pretty decent one with a temperate forest. It's got a road. We actually have the Shattered Empire right not too far from us. We have what looks like I hope it's a friendly colony near us, which we can hopefully trade with. There are a couple other colonies that aren't too far away. They might be a little bit more savage towards us, but we'll see. This looks pretty good. We'll give this a shot. We've got a good growing period, 50 out of 60 days. It means you're going to have a very short winter. The temperature is not gonna dip into the really like freezing temperatures, although it could do that. When I'm playing this by myself, I like to go with the more challenging climate. Like I go with like the snowy tundra or the ice fields or something like that. I kind of like those. I just gravitate towards those things. You could do desert, river-based ones. You can do the plains. You've got rocky terrain. You got mountainous terrain. All sorts of them. So you can pick whatever you want. We'll go ahead and just take this one. Since this location is within 4 tiles of another faction base, they will feel you are encroaching on their land, and relations with those factions will worsen every 15 days. Oh, heck no. No, we don't want that. Let's go ahead and try another random site. Here is arid shrubland. That's very, very warm. Year-round growth. But what is that? A meter of rainfall? Dry region, but not dry enough to become a true desert. Let's try another random site. Here's a boreal forest. This is only 20 out of 60 days growth period. I don't like that one. Here's a temperate forest. This looks like it's, again, really close to some other sites. I'm not sure if that's going to fly. Oh my gosh, look at this ice sheet. Holy crap. We can't grow anything ever here. This would be something I would normally pick. But in this case, I don't want to demonstrate this because it's going to make life extremely difficult for the colony. Oh, here's an island. Arid shrubland. That makes things extremely difficult. We only have a couple things that we can trade with here. Interesting. Keep going. Oh, tundra. Again, another difficult one. 20 out of 60 out of the boreal forest. That's too close. Arid shrubland. Tundra. Arid shrubland year round. This might not be a bad one here. You know what? I think I'll select one. The random is just taking way too long here. So we will. Let's see. I kind of want to go. You want to have a water feature in this because you do have the capability for fishing, which is a great source of protein if you're not one of those ones that likes to hunt a lot. So you can do that. Lake Orler looks pretty neat. You can go with a shoreline if you want. I'm going to go with a river. Let's see. Temperate forest. Yeah, temperate forest looks good here. Let's put it on this right here. Temperate forest. That looks good. All right, we'll see what this gives us here. We can forage for berries. We got a year-round growing period. So let's go ahead and take that. Oh, here's where we can go ahead and change things. Rubber. What the heck? So we out of our 3 um, colonists, and they have these 5 that they're called left behind, presumably on some sort of a ship. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make myself one of them. Foxfire is going to be one colonist, and then we'll bring in Nolkara in as the 3rd colonist. So Foxfire, if you want to notify Nolkara that his butt is going to be involved in this game, by all means reach out to him. All right, so let's go ahead and randomize these things a little bit until we get something. I'm looking for like a young colonist. Um, you can change these things, of course, and edit some things around a bit. Uh, you can use the character editor UI here, which is another mod. Allows you to change everything you want about the character going into it. Some people may say it's cheating. I get it. Me, I like to start with the colonists the way I want to, because you'll bring in additional colonists throughout the game, and some will have like really weird, quirky backstories or freaky traits and stuff like that that really stress out your colony. So I have no problem with something like that. This guy's not too bad. He's got gold gunshots. He's got a stab scar. He's got a daughter. He's an anxious insomniac night owl. I'm not sure I like the insomniac part. He's incapable of artistic or mining. Let's keep going here. Here's a good one right here. Here's an adventuring child. He was as an adult, he was a hired assassin. And you could, hover your mouse over these things to see like what is it about this person, in their childhood, they were an adventuring child. So as a result, they get a bonus to construction and to crafting. Right? Those are their skills. When he's a adult, he's a master thief. Over time, he made a name for himself, shift his business to the paid removal of human threats. So he's a hired assassin, but now he is nimble. So uh, he's got some dexterity, which is good. He's good in a fight with the melee. He's not a great shooter. The skills go up to 20, by the way, in case you're wondering. He's got some construction skills, so we'll go ahead and take this guy. I'm going to change the nickname to 21CJ, so I know it's me. Let's go ahead and take, oh wow, age 15. That's a youngin'. This might be Nolkara here. He's a cat. Well, he had to be a dog person, I suppose. We could probably edit that. Um, Heck, I might just do that. Let's take house. Let's see. Trait. Let's change the trait to dog person. There we go. And then he's got some skills, which is good. Uh, let's see. What kind of we could keep him in this. Whoops. How do I change his appearance? That's the clothing. Oh, hair. Yeah, buzz cut's fine. His head, average, average wide head. You can change the size of his head, of course. We'll go narrow pointy for him. Skin color. Let's see. He's probably about like, maybe about that. That works. Okay, and now we have to save it, right? Oh no, no, not load and save. We have to just get back, don't we? How do we get back now? That turns them. Great. Um, now I'm trying to remember. I think I just have to X out of this, don't I? Yes. Okay. So this will be. All right, come on. I got the cursor there. Why aren't you doing it? House Neville? No. Olcara. There. We could make them older, but I think honestly, playing this game, the younger you can be, the better, in my opinion, because you age pretty quickly in here. Um, the typical age time is the year is about 60 days long, and days can go by in the span of what, maybe 20 minutes. So you can click through years pretty quickly if you're not careful. Oh, here's another good one. Uh, Apocalypse Survivor, and he's got okay, pretty neat. He has a schematic, neat, and he has an incendiary shell. Let's go ahead and edit this guy. Wait, it's Brewer. Right, we have to edit Brewer. So let's go ahead and change this guy around. Your hair needs to be, it's probably more on the dark side, I would say. Why is it not showing? Color A. Style. They have a gazillion styles here, so let's see. For Foxfire, your hair will be, what's it gonna be? What's a good one to pick? Neat, not mop. Mohawk. Baron. Brave. Uh, Connor. Sure, why not? Why is your hair color not changing though? All right, we could do Mohawk. Not a problem. Why? There's the Mohawk. There we go. And let's see. Average pointy head, torso. I'm gonna make you male. Skin color, we'll throw you to right around the same one, I guess, roughly speaking. That's good. It's all good here. All right. That takes care of you. And this will be Foxfire. There we go. Three buds out to go on an adventure. Here we go. Okay, so when we get into this thing, the first thing we're going to want to do is start setting up our basics: food, shelter, clothing, water, all that stuff, right? We want to make sure we have food. We want to build some sort of a structure that allows us to, this is just the mods updates and stuff like that. So the three of you awake in your crypto sleep sarcophagi to the sound of sirens and ripping metal. You barely get to the escape pods before the ship is torn apart. Sometime later, you land on this unknown RimWorld. As pieces of the shredded starship fall around you, you start making plans to survive. So these are our pods, right? And here we have a dog. Doggo. Oh, that'll make Nokar extremely happy. I know what he's going to be doing all day and night. He's going to be like taking care of that. Okay. So we have some supplies here and stuff. That's pretty good. Sorry for the movement here. I'm just trying to get things aligned here. All right, so we have med kits. We have some armor. We have some weapons. We have food rations here, which are going to come in handy. Glitter World Electricity. I don't even know what that is. That must be a... Is that a book? That might be a schematic. Okay. All right. So go back to our characters again. What's our bio saying? So who's the best shooter out of the three of us? Well, it's not going to be no Kara then. All right, so it's definitely Foxfire. You're going to get the rifle, and we're going to armor you up with this and the... Well, we're going to keep the helmet off because we got to see that lovely mohawk of yours. So the first thing we're going to do is force equip you to wear the flak pants, and then we're going to wear the bolt action rifle. I'll take the pistol. We'll get that stuff going so far. I'll take the helmet, and Nokara will take the knife. And we'll put the flak vest on him too, because he looks like he might need it. We'll go ahead and undo all these. These X's, by the way, are indicating that you don't want your colonists to touch them. There are some times where you could like say, hey, colonists, don't touch this type of supply under any circumstances, right? You may be saving it for a reason, like food. You may be saving food for a reason or whatever, right? So, all right. So we've got, let's look at the map here. This is the large area of the map. We have animals on the map, we can see. Some creatures here. We have some supplies that have fallen way over here we want to gather up. We have deposits of steel, compacted steel there. We have compacted plasteel, which is going to come in real handy. What else? We have some ruins here, which we can break down or do something with. There's a couple ways we could go about doing this. I mean, we could just burrow into the rock and build a shelter that way. And I have seen that done, and it's not terrible to do. I'm just looking at the river here and what we can do with it. So we would definitely want to fish. This is a nice little fishing spot here, I suppose. We don't want to be too close to the river. So I'm going to say, I'll tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and start working on this stuff here. We'll build a roof to shelter ourselves in place, and we'll start building walls. For the walls, oh, nice. These are steel walls. We can tear these down and make steel. Steel is very important because you can make all sorts of things with it. You can make walls out of just about anything, but the best walls in the game, I think, really are granite walls. They are the toughest walls in terms of hit points. You'll see like there's 420 for sandstone walls. Steel walls have 300 hit points. I think granite has like upwards of 500. So who has got the best skill at mining? I've got a 2. Foxfire's got a 1. Nolkara's got a 2. Okay, so Nolkara and I are going to start mining. Let's go ahead and just start Xing all these. Start mining this. Okay. He's starting to work on it. He's starting to work on it. We do need to have an area where we can put our stuff. So, when you want to make stuff in the game, you usually go to the Architect tab here and you start with one of these buttons. In this case, we're going to make a zone for stockpile, much like we do in Stronghold. We're going to make a stockpile and just put all our stuff there for now. We can change all this stuff after the fact later, you know. So right now, we just want someplace to put all of our junk. Whoops. Let's take that zone away. Where is it? Clear zone area. Clear zone. Delete zone, delete zone. Yep. And you can name your zones too. Like this, if I want to change it, then you'll say this is my, main dumping area. You can do that. It comes in handy too because you can make um, essentially refrigerators, large walk-in coolers where you can just store all your food in and it keeps them nice and safe and fresh, and you don't have to worry about it spoiling, which can happen in this game. Okay, so now our guys are gathering stuff. I think I want to wear the helmet. What's also really cool about this game too is that you can filter things out. Like if, for example, if I didn't want to store something in this um, particular stockpile, I can go to the storage and uncheck it. Or I can set priorities to say, I want to dump stuff here first and then go to my other stockpiles later, Definitely want the wood. And let's see, there's some food over here we want to get to. There's some food over here we want to get to. We want to gather up all of our supplies because, again, until we're ready to, really start making our own stuff, we need to kind of fend for ourselves here. Ooh, compacted machinery, nice. Nice to have some supplies of that. But basically, this map is pretty much ours to do whatever we want with, You can build whatever you want. You can, arrange things the way you want. If you don't like how something's building, you can always rearrange it. It's very flexible. All these need to be rearranged. You, start mining, please. Oh, you're not assigned to mining. That's another thing. We have to set work. He's going to mine. All right, and then we got to build a wall here. We're going to need to build something. Structure, well, we don't want to have to build the walls yet. We do need furniture, or we need production. That's what we need, production. We need to craft stuff. Stonecutter's table might be good. I think we'll make it out of steel this time. Let's put it right here for now. Yeah, it's outdoors, I know. We got to do something. Where's our guys going? All right, they're hauling stuff now. Good. The time of day is currently 11 a.m., 1st of April, May. I love how they do the months here. The temperature is, where is it? Outdoors, 68 degrees Fahrenheit. We need colonist beds. So the big thing we're going to want to do is build beds and build things we need to craft with. So let's go ahead and start setting that up. We're going to do furniture. Let's do simple wooden beds. We'll build them side by side like that. We might need to cut down some trees here to get some extra wood. Okay, so now we're building a stonecutter's table. And we're starting to build the beds. And as you watch, you'll see that, like, you can see the progress to next learned level there. It's at 555 out of 5,000. As the person that's working on something, like for example, building, working construction, you'll see that number will go up. See, it's going up as he's building the bed. So uh, your pawns or your sims or whatever you want to call them, your colonists, um, they will skill up as they do the particular skill, and they keep doing it over and over. So if you want somebody to be a good shooter, you just have them shoot at a lot of things, or you have them play horseshoes or whatever. There's a lot of different ways you can build skills up. I keep botching this construction for some reason. What's he doing? Oh, he's reading. Okay, cool. All right, so we have some beds. That's nice. Um, they are outdoors right now, so we do need to start. We have to set orders here. In order to do that, we have to set bills. We can add a bill. I want granite blocks. I wonder if we have granite. Can we search the map for that? Where is the search? I forgot where the search is now. There was a way you could do this. I forgot it, but we've got limestone, we've got sandstone. We might have to settle for like sandstone or limestone until we find some granite here. But that might have to do for now. So we'll set up some sandstone blocks. And we'll just tell him to do this, I don't know. Let's make 10 of them. 10 sets of them. That'll be about 200 blocks each. And it takes a certain number of blocks to make a wall unit. So you'll see as this works out. So now he's going to go ahead and start doing this. I think he's cleaning up the dirt area. You can assign him to crafting. So who's assigned to crafting right now? Foxfire is. He's reading. You have a skill of 2, Nilkara. I have a skill of 3. Oh, wow. Foxfire is really good at this. Get over there and start crafting us some blocks. As we zoom in, you can see the little progress bar as he's going to go ahead and start crafting that. He'll gather up blocks from anywhere on the map to start making this out. So let's go ahead and mine that little piece out there. What else? We could use some more wood. Let's go ahead and chop this wood tree down. We do want some power at some point. I wonder if we can create that. Power. We don't have... Oh, we got to get a research desk going too. We have some things that we can do, like the wood fire generator, chem fuel power generator, and stuff like that. We have a wind turbine, which is always helpful. But we need to have something for power and be able to store that power in a battery, and then start making electrical lines so we can start powering things together, like a heater if we need it, or air conditioning, which we'll need at some point. These guys will eventually go and get rest. You just have to watch their needs here on the needs button. As their meters start to move into this area here, this little thing with the 2 lines, that's when you'll see that they will take care of that need either by themselves or you can force them to do so. This is also their happiness stuff, their mood. The green numbers mean that it's going to boost this meter all the way up to the right. And anything that's red, like they're uncomfortable or they ate without a table, it's going to bring it back to the left. When they start getting into these little bar areas here, they're going to be in minor break threshold, major break threshold, or extreme break threshold. And those thresholds, what they mean is, like, as you get to those points, if they stick around that area for too long, they attain some sort of negative condition, like they are dazed, or they're depressed, or they're manic, or they may throw a tantrum and start beating things up, start destroying things all over the place. So all of that can happen. They treat these guys as much like human beings as you possibly can, which is pretty cool in my opinion. We gotta get them to work though. Foxfire is still making stuff, so we gotta get them. Let's go ahead and start making some walls. Whoops, hit the wrong thing here. Structure. I want to make some walls. They're going to be sandstone walls, and we're going to make it. Let's start. I don't know. Let's start right here. Put a wall here. I mean, we have to at some point enclose this whole area, right? So I don't know. I mean, I'm just kind of guessing as to what we want to do here. I'll put this here. We'll make a door here. We'll have to mine out some more stuff. I'm thinking we're going to have to mine this area, all this area here. There's some steel we should gather up. That's going there. We will haul this stuff over and hopefully they'll bring it to the pile. That little symbol that you saw over there was a social icon. It just said that 21st Century Jedi and Foxfire chatted about fashion. And as they chat, they get these opinions of each other. And when those opinions get high enough, they become friendly, or they could even become best friends or lovers or whatnot. There can be romantic relationships in here. They can have some serious, like, positive and negative side effects as well. It's like I said, it's the gamut of human emotions here. Okay, I'm going to sleep at 10 o'clock at night. Foxfire is going to need to do the same, I think. We'll clear his prioritized work. I think I did anyways, didn't I? Oh, I didn't. Clear. There you go. And Nokara will eventually go to sleep, I think. Yeah, he's just about at that point. There he goes. And you can accelerate time. You know, you can push this through like that. Oh, one thing I do want to do is I want to set the animal handling. Uh, I want you to switch to Nolkara. You're going to be the master. Foxfire has technically the bond with him, but I want Nolkara to have the doggo, I think. And we're doing that because of Nolkara's dog currently going through what she's going through right now, fighting cancer. So we're going to give the dog to Nolkara. Like I said, this is a very complex game once you start getting into it. Um, I haven't even gotten into like a lot of the advanced technical stuff you can do. Like you can give people cybernetics. You know, they can have cybernetic eyes and limbs and spines and whatever. You can do what's called archotech limbs and features like that, where you can replace their um, normal body parts with architect ones, which have enhancements like better sight, better hearing, better blood pumping if it's a heart, all those sorts of things like that. So you can actually like upgrade your characters in a way. It's pretty cool. Okay, so what we need to do right now is we need to set up a research bench. We definitely need to get that going, and someone's going to need to sit on the research. I think we'll go with a wooden one. We're going to put that. You know what, no, Carl, work on this one first. And then work on this one. I want to start clearing this area out. So we've got a nice little sandstone wall happening here. We're going to take this stuff and we're going to like polish it so that it's a nice wall like this one as well. We don't have to have it rough hewn like this. I think I'm going to build a steel door. I do like having steel doors in my colony. They're a little bit tougher than the wood ones. And we're going to go ahead and build this out here. Build a wall here. We're going to deconstruct this steel chamber here. Get everybody working on that spot. Great game. If you guys ever see this game on sale, I highly recommend getting it. It is another one of those ones that if you like The Sims, but you want to have more power over them and have them do a lot more and be more adventurous than just, life in Simville or something like that. I highly recommend this game for that. It really scratches that itch. Um, the adventure and the events that can happen are they can be a bit random depending on how they come in. Uh, Sometimes you may have a random traveler come in and you may have to give them food and shelter for the night, and maybe they decide to join your colony. You can get raided by other tribes. They'll come in and they'll start attacking you, and you have to defend yourselves. I think the toughest part is when you get attacked in this game and you're struggling to keep everybody from bleeding out, because when you're attacked, it'll show your guys as bloodied, right? And it'll show in your health tab how many hours they have left before they bleed out or they, die, basically. So you have to get them to a bed of some sort and you have to bandage them. And that's where these little first aid kits come in handy. You use the medicines to apply the healing. And looking at our characters right now, medical is 0 on me. Nolkara has a 2, which isn't bad. So out of the 3 of us, looks like Foxfire is going to be our doctor. Hope you were ready for that, Foxfire. Again, the good news is that you can, with no experience, you can have them practice this stuff either through real world experience or through reading books or practicing other skills, to do this. Now that we have this area opened up, I want to put this research bench down. And once we create an area like this, you notice he's going to start making these little gray lines here. That's the roof. That's to indicate that there's a roof going to be over this room here, now that we have it somewhat enclosed. Your colonists should automatically do this for you, and they will make sure that it stays covered. It's a nice little handy feature, so you don't have to worry about it. You can manually do it, but it's just easier for them to do it because they usually take care of it. About 98% of the time they do it right. If you let them just go, see? There we go. So now when we hover our mouse over this, it says it's indoors. If you look on the bottom right-hand corner of my screen, it's hard to see, but down over here, it'll tell you that it's indoors versus outdoors when you hover your mouse. This is now indoors. And it removes the penalties that you would have for working at these places. Like, you can now work faster at this because the work speed factor is 100% because you're not working outdoors. Oh, nice. No cars cleaning up the area here. Got a nice little room here. We're going to build our research bench, and we'll start researching things. Keeping the area clean is also important too, because if your characters are living in filthy conditions, it affects their mood, and you don't want their mood to go down too much, or else they will go crazy on you. They'll, go psycho. Okay, so now we have this. We can start doing research. The first research thing that I think I want to do, we have electricity, air conditioning, which is good. Solar panel. Solar panels are usually a good one. Let's go ahead and get that one going. Chunks of a spacecraft have impacted nearby. You can deconstruct them to yield resources. That's excellent. Okay, so of the people who are assigned to research, schedule, work. Nokara is assigned to research. He's got a 4 in that area, so he's going to automatically go over there and start doing the research. So you can see my progress right there. Um, what's affecting him probably is the fact that it's indoors and it's dark, and we don't have much going on in terms of lighting it up or anything like that. So we're going to have to fix that. Let's see what to do. We want to build a fridge, so we need a fridge somewhere. I think I'm going to put a fridge over here. Just dig it out of the stone, and I'll put the air conditioning like right there. Yeah. All right, so we're going to build this where now? Let's build it here. I'm going to mine this. I'm wandering right now. I'm cloud watching, which is actually good for your recreation. All right, everybody's going to go eat now. How is Doggo doing? Doggo, he's doing okay. He is eating the food. I think he's eating our survival meals. These packaged survival meals are good in the sense that they don't really deteriorate all that much. They're pretty hardy and they'll survive, whereas regular food rations will spoil a lot quicker outside. I think I need to smooth this wall if I'm not mistaken. Let's set you to construct. Okay, so we got that going. It's one thing I haven't mentioned too. Say you want to move this table closer to the wall. I can uninstall this and tell them to reinstall it right here, and somebody will eventually, who's assigned to construction, will pick that thing up and they'll reassign it and they'll put it in the right spot. Well, Nokara's knocking off early today, huh? Yep, he needs to sleep, so we do need to build light. Let's build light here. Power, no, it's not temperature, it's miscellaneous, I think. Nope. Where is it? Furniture? We could do a simple torch lamp, or we can do a standing lamp or a desk lamp. I like to do the wall lamps, but that requires electricity. Let's see. We need an animal bed too. We don't have enough cloth for it though. Let's set up a animal sleeping spot right here. Assign that to Kinko. At least we know Kinko can sleep there. Another thing I want to set for this is I want to bring chunks. Sandstone chunks are okay to put here. Because as we dig into the sandstone, I want them to clear away these chunks. So as I tell them to haul that away, they will bring it to the stockpile and we can work with it. Foxfire is hauling a sandstone chunk, and then he's probably going to go to bed, I'm guessing. Nope, he might not. Sleeping outside and sleeping in the cold is a problem. Those will go away. The cold is another issue. We're going to have to fix that. Although sleeping at 70 degrees should be comfortable enough. Oh, look at that. What was that social interaction? Kinko encouragingly nuzzled Foxfire. Foxfire and 21CJ had a heartfelt conversation about primitivism. You find the craziest conversations too. They'll talk about like fighting hedgehogs, you know, or they'll insult each other, you know. That's the other thing too. Your colonists, they can break out like that where they're like if they start pissing each other off, they'll start insulting each other or they'll go on an insulting spree if they're mad, and then they'll start fights and they'll fight each other. And they'll continue to punch each other until one of them draws a weapon, you know. Um, I've never seen them kill each other over a fight unless there was something wrong with the colonists to begin with that caused them to like die by bleeding out. But they will beat each other up. Let's set the speed on this a little bit. Let's go fast here. All right, so Nokara is now researching. We want to. I got to go at least one deeper into this, and then we're going to mine this piece out. Start digging a hole in here where we can start putting our food in. Apparently we have plant scraps. I don't know where we got those from. Oh, that must be from the wood that we chopped down. We should chop out that stump too. All right, everybody's up early at 5 a.m. getting to work on things. Like to see that. Let's see. What can we have you do that's useful besides cleaning? We could put down wood floors. That might be something to help out with the drabness of the area. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's do structure. Let's do floors. Where are floors? Here we are. We'll do a wood floor. What do we want to do? We'll do mahogany. Go really nice. We need defenses and we need meal source, according to this. My rule of thumb here when I harvest trees, by the way, I like to harvest trees that are fully harvested, like ready to harvest, it says here. If they're growing, I kind of leave them alone. All right, everybody's building floors. That's going to improve the quality of our room here. In fact, why is that not showing? Room stats display. Barracks. So this is our impressiveness. If you can see that on the little tooltip there, this is our barracks. The impressiveness, these meters, these metrics, they matter to your colonists, right? They want to live in nice places. So right now the impressiveness is 11. It's awful. Wealth mediocre. Space is average size. Beauty is -1, which is ugly, and it's slightly dirty. So all right, now that we've got this, let's go one more deep. And then I'm going to mine that too. That's going to be our doorway right there. And we're going to start digging into this spot and start putting our food over here. The next thing we're going to need is a kitchen so we can cook food. We'll need to assign a cook. We could harvest this tree to get the apples off of that. We do need to get power. Power. Where do we want to put a power thing here? I'm thinking we get a wind turbine going. I like to go pretty green with my colonies, so I'll go with like wind turbines, solar, things like that. Of course, finding a spot where it's not blocked by trees is another issue. Where do I want to put this? I guess right there is good. Or I could just put it up here maybe. Problem is I don't have the components for it. So we're going to have to get the 2 machine components there, the regular components. Now they did say that some ship chunks fell down over here, so we definitely want to deconstruct those. Those can yield components that we use for, they're basically like your random machine components, they call them. And those can be used for building machinery. Of course, now we have to cut all these trees down just to put this here, which Foxfire is kindly doing for us now. We have to mine out more stuff here. Let me guess, I'm over here just deconstructing this. That's going to take a little while. There's a turkey. You can tame animals. You see a turkey out there, you want to make them your friend or your pet, you can do that. Bunny rabbits, all sorts of good things. Since we have it, let's put some mahogany flooring down. We're going to have a lot of wood. And for now, we'll put them into the fridge. Even put a little floor piece there. See, there we go. Components, that's what we need to build the wind turbine, along with the steel. And this whole area has to be cleared for trees in order for us to be able to build this. So we're going to have to chop the wood all here. We could relocate the trees if we wanted to. I'm not going to do that for this go round. And I'll get rid of these just in case as well. And that should take care of it. We will make a second. Devo's going back on tour. Let's make a second stockpile zone right here. And this we're going to call our refrigerator. And what we're going to do here is we're going to take that zone. We're going to elevate the priority to preferred. We're going to deselect everything. Clear all. And we're going to just select the meals that we want to put there. So in this case, it's the packaged survival meals. Only those are going to go in our fridge. Maybe there's some other stuff we want to put in there too, like apples, because I know we're going to pick some apples in a minute here. So raw food, vegetarian, I believe. Where is it now? If you can't find it, the next thing you can always do is this apple. You can search for it. They made that very, very handy, you know. We're going to go ahead and expand that zone. And we're going to haul these out. And you can see we're already getting into it. We're already starting the process, hauling the food over there. Now I want to dig this area out. And I want to put the air conditioning unit there so we can start cooling this place down to below freezing. And that in turn will help us keep the food fresher longer and allow us to put different food in there like apples, fish, whatever else we can gather up. We can also start growing crops now too. I've held off on doing that because of the food, but we can start growing things like rice and whatever else. All we have to do is set down like a plot of land where there's good soil. Ah, we have a visitor. A drifter from Verlonum is visiting the colony. She is named Alice Diamond. She seems to have a few items to trade. We can jump to our location. There she is. All right, so of our guys, which of them has the best social? I have a 6, and I have a high passion for that. Lokara has a 2. You have a 0, Foxfire. So I guess I'm going to be the one that trades with him. Oh, we are building our wind turbine. Too bad we're not ready for it yet. Expand our zone further. Oh, lovely. Thank you, Spammer. So now we have a turbine that's generating power, but we don't have a way to get the power to our colony yet. So we're going to have to draw some electrical lines at some point in here. Well, get out of the way. Temperature. We need a cooler. Eventually it's going to go there. And then we're going to need to get power to it. So we're going to do waterproof conduits. Or not really waterproof conduits, but hidden conduits. We should be able to draw it right up to there, and that should give us the power that we need. The problem is it's direct power from the turbine. So as the wind blows, that will determine whether or not we can actually power the um, AC unit. So we're going to have to build a battery in this as well to power the grid, as you can see. What is he doing now? Is he mining? Oh, he's digging at the smooth sandstone. So he probably has to knock that out just to build that in there, which is fine. That's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. A lot of wood here. That's good. Good. Hard day's work. Oh, wait. We want to trade. That's right. Trade. In the trading screen, there's right now this person doesn't have a lot to trade. We could sell stuff for what's the unit of currency is silver. These little silver bars. We have 800 currently. We have all this stuff over here. We could actually sell things like the dog, the steel, or the wood if they're willing to buy it. Right now they're not. So um, they have reinforced barrels. They have a tech print for jump packs, which we can't afford. They do have a unit of medicine, and they have 6 packaged survival meals. I think I'm going to grab those meals and the medicine. I could barter and trade them off something like the incendiary shell. That'll get rid of some of the dent in the silver there. We also get rid of this thing too. There we go. We'll accept that trade. So now we got some extra food and we got some extra medicine. They walk away with stuff and silver. Visitors from Verlonum are leaving. Okay, so now as we start doing stuff, Foxfire is building our electrical conduit, which is good. I'm starting to help him with that. Why does our wood floors look different? That should be all mahogany wood floor. Huh. I guess it already is. Go ahead and set that up. And we're going to mine out these last 3 units here. And we'll start making another room into the rock this way. Oh, we're building the cooler now. And usually what I do is I turn this thing way down so that it keeps the food roughly at freezing level. It keeps the food preserved without the fear of frostbite or anything like that. All right, so now we've got power, it looks like. Yes. So now we've got power turning in here. We've got the cooler on. Target temperature is way too high, so we're going to set that down to... Target will be 30, because we don't go in and out of this place all that much. It should be fine. And right now it's already set to, it's like indoor temperatures right now at 47. We haven't built a door yet. We do need to build that. We'll throw a steel door down here. And we'll start smoothing the walls out when these guys have nothing to do. Let's make ourselves a nice little smoothed out area. There we go. We do need to put more mahogany flooring in here. Can't live like savages, you know. All right, it's getting it down to about 32, 33 degrees in there. And now you can see the survival meals on the bottom left-hand corner here. They are not decomposing. They're not deteriorating by being outdoors, which is a plus, you know. The next thing we're going to build probably is going to be a kitchen. We do need to have a kitchen of some sort. And we do need a battery as well. And we don't have, unfortunately, we don't have the research done for battery yet. Nolkara, you're not getting much done on the research here. I think what I want to do is change the work priority so that, let's see. How do I assign it again? It used to be numbers. What happened to that? Manual priorities. That's what we want. So research, we're going to give you a lower priority on this one. That's going to make it actually a higher priority. So you're going to do that before anything else, Nolkara. Nice. We have a nice little fridge here. Temperature sitting at a nice 30 degrees, keeping them nice and cool. A little fog coming off of their breath. That's pretty neat. All right, so go ahead and start researching solar panels. The next research we want to do is probably batteries. Where's that at? There it is, batteries right there. We could switch to that actually. Yes, you can have animal prosthetics and animal bionics too. You can keep your beloved pets alive as long as you want to. Another nice one you can do is you can actually brew your own alcohol in this game. I like in my game, what I usually typically do is I'll once the colony gets to the point where it's surviving well enough, I will work on trying to brew my own alcohol by growing my own crops, right? Like potatoes for vodka, corn for whiskey, agave for tequila, I believe. I forget what gin takes, but oh, I think it's berries for gin. Anyway, you grow that type of crop, and then you store it, and then use the crop. You know, like say it's you know corn, you'd bring it to a brewer's bench to turn it into whiskey mash, and then you use that whiskey mash, you pour it into a big whiskey cask, and then you let it ferment for however many days, and then you pull it out, and you've got yourself whiskey. Uh-oh, somebody's not happy. Mad hare. A local hare has gone mad. It will attack everyone it sees. Oh, here it comes. All right, so what we're going to do here is we're going to be a little bit more aggressive because it's going to try to attack our guys. So we're going to take everybody and we're going to put them on draft. Now, draft means that they all come out and they're ready to fight whatever it is you want to tell them to fight. And that hare is going to be public enemy number 1. And you can see already Foxfire's gunning for him here. Wow, you guys stink. Yep, you killed it. But Foxfire took some damage there. He is bleeding from the hair teeth, so he's going to go ahead and bandage himself up. We're going to undraft these guys. You can see the little blood on Foxfire right now on his left arm. He's got hypothermia from being in the fridge too long. Why don't you... You can't self-tend. I have to set that up. That's right. Self-tend. First of all, you're going to carry 3 of these on you at all times. And then I think on the actual character himself, he has to have self-tend, and you can use whatever type of medicine you want. That works for me. Now he's going to go ahead and heal himself here. And he will get a little bit of skill from this. Once he finishes bandaging himself, you'll see that number from 0 go up to some sort of number here. 123. So as he continues to work on bandaging people, and healing them, even doing surgery, you're going to see that number go up. And now we have a problem because our fridge is not staying cool because we don't have enough power to it. So we dealt with our first enemy. Pretty good. Oh, right, we need lights too. Let's mine this stuff out to make the kitchen area when we're ready. We need a light. Architect. Power. No, it's not power. It's furniture. I'll put a wall lamp right about here. And we'll draw some power to that. And we can't do it because we need to smooth out these walls first. That is another problem we have with digging in rock. We have to wait for them to smooth everything out so that you can actually run the conduit through it. It's a crazy rule in the game, but it kind of makes sense. How's our research coming along? You are slow, but you're getting there. Oh, we could also... Yeah, we should do something about this. For now, we're going to build... Since we don't have a kitchen or a butcher's table, we're going to do this. We're going to do structure, or no, zone. What is it now? Production. That's right. We're going to make a butcher spot right here. Yeah, that's fine. Who's our cook? 1 versus Nokara's got a 3. Yeah, I think Nokara's going to be the one doing this. Bill, add a bill. Butcher creature, 1 time. Ah, you healed up awfully fast from that. I'm going to allow my guys to do self-tending as well. And we will assign them to doctor work. And now we have meat, hair meat, and we want that to go in the fridge. So let's go ahead and add that to the storage. I'm going for a walk. At some point, we are going to need to get dog kibble for the doggo. Because right now he's eating our packaged survival meals to stay alive, which is not the best use of his food, you know? So we are going to have to fix that. I know there are other spaceship chunks around. I just didn't see them yet. Is there any granite? It's all sandstone. Sandstone, sandstone, sandstone. I was hoping to have some granite here. Compacted steel, limestone. No granite. Oh, well, it's not terribly important, but whatever. All right, so Foxfire is making the electrical connection for us right now. We still have to get through and get this wall smoothed out. Let's fast forward since everybody's going to be going to sleep in a minute here. Except Foxfire. He seems to be wanting to stay up all night tonight. Probably because he was resting because of this massive hair wound that he had on his arm. Take care, Foxfire. And thanks again for watching. Again, this is a cool game. I do recommend it. It's a lot of fun, especially if you like this sort of like sim type game. I really dig it. Like I said, I have my tendencies to like play it for many days at a time, and then suddenly I'll break away from it to play other games, and then I might come back to it like I did tonight. It's definitely a lot of fun though. See, there he goes. Doggo's eating the food, which is not good for us. All right, since everybody's up, let's slow it back down. Oh, let's try and get that power going again. Power conduit, hidden conduit, there and there. I want you to prioritize that area first. Almost a sixth of the way through our research of the solar panel. Next one we'll do is battery, and then we'll build a solar panel. We'll build a battery. And that'll give us enough just to get power to things and get some basic electricity going throughout the place. The battery is essential because that gives us that capacitance that we need. Hold some power in reserve while the wind is dying down or while the solar is, covered up or whatever. We also need to arrange some better living quarters or sleeping quarters. Right now our guys aren't complaining about it, but they're getting there. We are going to have to come up with a table, come up with, sleeping arrangements and so on. This size room that I've got right here is about the right size for a typical bedroom. So I will probably expand out on that a little bit, maybe make a bedroom up here. All right, so now that we got that, power the hidden conduit, put that in place, and soon we'll have light. Oh, you went up a level on intellectual. Nolkara, you are now significant familiarity. You can become like a planet-wide master when you reach like level 20. Kind of handy, you know. We can also do like recreational things. For example, you can make a horseshoes pin. We'll put this horseshoe pin, I don't know, throw it right out here in the middle of nowhere. And what that does is, if you look at the info on it, it's relaxing, so it gives them recreation, but it also trains their shooting skill. So as they're doing it, they're getting better at their dexterity, and they're getting better at being able to figure out how to shoot. Kind of want him to finish this little spot here. Since it looks like you'll be here for a while, Nolkara thinks that you should give your faction a name. What should your faction be called? Nolkara also thinks that you should give the settlement a name. What should this local settlement be called? Northern Tirum. Thigh-Toller Alliance. Individualistic Federation of Sean? Oh, what do we want to call ourselves? I got it. Let's go with the Retro Federation. Retro Federation. There we go. And this will be Fenhendale. Salamander Settlement. Hatland Born by the Prairie. That's a very English sounding name. I like it. Hatland Born by the Prairie. I love it. All right, so now we're going to get the rock out of there. I want him to go ahead and put that little conduit in. I think we need one more. We have to smooth that wall. Oh, we have our horseshoe pit now. Yeah, you know what? Smooth this wall instead. I want to get that light built because that'll help him work a little faster on the research, which we're going to need. So like I said, no stream Sunday evening. Next Thursday, I might demo another new game here, more modern one. This is actually a new game that just came out. Like I said, I'm not. I know I'm mostly a retro channel here, but um, I invested into this game called Cyber Knights, and I've started playing it. And it's a good game. I'm having a lot of fun with it. It's significantly complex enough. It's got a nice cyberpunk type feel to it. Um, Rich, complex, good storyline. It's made by the same people who made Star Traders Frontiers, I believe it's called, which was another great game. They've made a couple other games like that. This one, Cyber Knights, is really cool. I may try and demo it on Thursday if I feel like I'm up for it. But since I'm coming back from vacation, what I might do, I think the lead for next Thursday is just to come back to Pool of Radiance, do a simple, easy stream, so I can, get back into the swing of things a little bit. And then maybe next Thursday after that, assuming things go well, I might. Oh, apparently we have power, don't we? I'm gonna just throw another conduit there. Heck with it. I think we need one more right there. So I think what I might do is just, again, Thursday stream will be Pool of Radiance. Next Sunday will be a space themed one, so maybe another FTL run or something like that. And then the Thursday after that, I might try and go into Cyber Nights, assuming I got enough time to prepare for it and everything. Can't believe it, man. It's like we're almost into July already. That's crazy. Come on, guys, hurry up. We have a psychic soothe going on here. Every male colonist smiles with contentment. Some distant engine of happiness is stirring. It is projecting a psychic drone onto this site through an orbital amplifier tuned to only affect males. For a few days, some people's mood will be quite a bit better. This can easily work the opposite way. So if I look at his needs right now, he's got that psychic soothe going on, which is helping his mood, which we need to because we have a lot of negatives going on right now. So we definitely want to fix that. Hey, we have light now. Good stuff. Okay, so we have light, which is going to make our research go a little bit better, I think. Yeah, we're at 70%. What's affecting you? Trying to remember what affects research speed. I forget what affects it, but it's going to be like electricity, like having a better research bench, having a file cabinet nearby is going to be another factor. So we should probably build one of those. Um, Production. Nope, don't have it there. It might be under miscellaneous. I don't know. There's a tool cabinet. I don't see file cabinet yet. Tailor cabinet. Barber's table. Let me look up a file. Well, maybe we don't have access to it yet. Let's check the research and search for that. Ah, yes, it is under modern furniture, filing cabinet. So that might be another one we need to look up. Been playing a lot of different games lately. I went back to a couple of like long favorites of mine, just to see how they're doing. Um, American Truck Simulator is one of them. I actually like doing that one just for there's a zen to it, just driving things from point A to point B and pretending to see the country. And that game is really good at showing kind of what America looks like, at least from an Americana type point of view. It's pretty cool though. Um, SnowRunner, I went back to play SnowRunner a little bit. I found that mods were broken. I couldn't see or subscribe to any mods, so I'm hoping that the latest update may have just broken it and they're going to fix that. I do want to go back into that to see if maybe they fixed it. Um, but that's another one of mine I like. It's the adventure to it. There's an adventure of hauling things from point A to point B using these heavy trucks, scouting them out, going off road, trying to make it through very difficult terrain like mud and snow and rocks and everything like that. Um, if you like off-road um, vehicle exploration and work like that, SnowRunner is a great game for you. Just like Mud Runner and Spin Tires from before. What else have I been playing? Cyber Nights I mentioned. I've been doing a lot of Cyber Nights lately because I really enjoy that one. RimWorld here, of course. I just jumped back into this one. I was doing a lot of Elite Dangerous, and then I decided I wanted to get like a good stopping point there. I was doing some colonization on my main character. Um, Colonizing systems is the big thing now, and I did a couple of them. Now I want to get back into that, but I want to wait till after my vacation, so I'm kind of putting that on pause for now. So we are still smoothing out this fridge. It's not really what I want to do, but we need to get it done. We should build chairs. Let's build some chairs. Simple chair, dining chair. Wooden dining chair. We're going to put one here, one there. Can we build waste baskets yet? I don't think we can research those yet. Oh, and by the way, I don't know if this is a mod or whatnot, but you can also build shelves. Um, Instead of just like putting stuff on the ground like we have it all sorted out here, you can actually build shelves to put stuff in, like bookcases, small shelves, regular shelves, and that takes the effect of like stocking multiple things into the same little area, this little square right here, right? You can stack like three or more things into it, and it does a great job of like taking a lot of stuff and just condensing it down into like one little area, which is what you want to do. We also want to eventually move this stockpile indoors. We aren't there yet because we're still digging everything out, but there we go. We finally got that done. Now we're going to build some chairs. We're going to do some mining, I think. Where's he going? Oh, Foxfire is practicing his dexterity. Look at that. Let's go and take a look at his bio. Look at his shooting, and you will see it will slowly go up, 1 point at a time. But it does go up. So every little point will help. And plus, he's getting recreation, which means his mood is actually improving. See? Eventually, what I'd like to do is I like to build like a little rec area for them, like a indoor rec area where they've got a TV, they've got tables, we have beer in the fridge. They can go and grab beer. Um, you know, just a nice little rec area. Make a pool table or maybe a dartboard and stuff, maybe a computer, and just put it all in that one area. And they just kind of hang out and do stuff there. All right, we have a chair. We're starting to build our kitchen now. And we are still researching, slowly but surely. Oh, good. They're automatically clearing these areas. I like seeing that. Because this area has to stay clear of trees. If even a small tree starts growing there, it affects the wind pattern going into the turbine. So you have to keep this constantly clear. It looks like the colonists automatically do this. We still need defenses, meal sources, and batteries, it says. We can harvest now. We can harvest apple tree. We can almost harvest that berry bush when it's fully grown. There's a couple more apple trees. We'll harvest that one. Harvest that. I believe you can make cider too, if I'm not mistaken. There we go. Getting some apples now. Nice. Look at that. And it keeps the tree alive too, so the tree will regrow and eventually grow more apples. Another dynamic thing I love about this game, when colonists go in and out of the fridge, the temperature will change. Right now it's sitting at 31, 32 degrees. If they keep going in and out of the fridge, it's like leaving the door open. So the temperature inside the fridge will go up. And when it goes up, your food will spoil. So when you're designing all this stuff, you actually have to take that into consideration. Like when people go in and out of the fridge, you can have auto doors that open and close a lot faster. You can make a type of airlock system so that they have to travel down this passageway in order for them to, close and keep the fridge at optimal temperature. So like by the time the inner door closes, the outer door is opened. Which is what I'm kind of thinking I could do here is like I could actually extend this out to here and then make the kitchen over here maybe. We'll go ahead and throw down some more mahogany floor. Uh-oh, we have a raid coming. I'm glad this happened, actually. A group of tribespeople from the Biabru League have arrived nearby. They will prepare for a while and attack. Prepare a defense or attack them preemptively. We'll jump to the location. It is a single dude. Laxed Hunter. He's equipped with a steel knife. Here he comes. Oh, there's all our ship pieces. We gotta harvest those. All right, so he's come a running. He's actually got to cross the river to get to us. I'm gonna let Foxfire get his apples in first. It will notify me when he's attacking. Right now he's just kind of hanging out, preparing to attack. Of course, now I'm coming in over here and I'm going to get attacked at this point, so I need to go on the offensive, I believe. I'm going to kite him in, I think. Here we go. Oh, I got him. Run away. Run away. Let's get Foxfire ready. Oh, good. He's in the right spot, too. Set you up right there as I come around the corner. Oh, by the way, yes, your colonist can... Oh, what's he doing? He running away? Where's he going? He's not running away. He's just hanging there. We did shoot him. He's not in immediate danger, but his left leg and his left tibia specifically have been hurt by the gunshot. So let's go finish this guy off. Incidentally, you can also take these attackers and recruit them into your colony. You can actually if they're laying on the ground bleeding, you could bring them into your colony. You could heal them, send them as set them up as prisoners, and then you can try to recruit them in, or you can just sell them back to their original tribe, so on. And like I said, your colonists can hit each other, so you have to watch for friendly fire on this too. Oh, we got him. All right, at this point, he's going to bleed out, so we're going to try and put him out of his misery. Now, see, he is at a point where he is on the ground bleeding. We could finish him off, or we can try to like bring him into the colony. And this is where I would look at his bio to try and find out, is he, worth bringing in or not. He's got okay skills. He's not incapable of doing anything, which is always a good thing. He is sensitive to psychic stuff. Okay. He does have a meditation focus type of natural, which is interesting. Let's try and rescue him. I think we'll try. We've got medicine. We can go ahead and use it on him. We'll see if we can do this. Um, Instead of building a kitchen for now, we're going to put him in this little room here. I'm going to build a door. Let's see. Structure. Build a steel door right there. We need to set it up as a prisoner spot. So we need to put a... we could build a bed. We'll build him a bed. By the way, I wonder what the quality of this. A poor wooden bed, poor wooden bed, poor wooden bed. Okay, great. So I will... somebody has to go... I'm going to go and build him the door, which I need to do now. You're going to carry him. You're going to bring that in. Yep, haul the herbal medicine. And you are going to bring him all the way back over here. Can you haul this, please? Get the apples indoors. Happles. Must have happles. We'll see if we can rescue this guy. We'll turn him into a prisoner. We can feed him. We'll try and work on his resistance, bring him down. Maybe we can either recruit him. He can become a part of the colony. We have an extra mouth to feed, but also another hopefully useful person in there as well. Prioritize working on that steel door. We need to enclose that area first. And then I'm going to build a sleeping spot right here. There we go. So now that it's enclosed, what we can do is we can, when we set this bed to be for prisoners, he can put him in here for this. We'll capture him like that. Foxfire can then undraft, and he's going to tend to lax right now. Let's see if we've got enough time to heal him. He's got death in 4 hours. We should have enough time. We're going to give him the herbal medicines because we're not going to give him our good stuff. He's sleeping, so he's trying to recover. He's got 352% blood loss right now. The bleeding, once you start patching this up, the combination of resting heals it up slowly by like 1% every few seconds. But once you start patching up his wounds, you can see now it's going down to 243%. And the blood loss also affects consciousness. So right now he's only at 20% consciousness right now. As he starts to stop bleeding out, then he'll be okay, Now he's down to only death in 7 hours. He's got extreme blood loss, yes. He's only got 10% consciousness. Once we get him all bandaged up, he'll start getting his blood back into his body. Good, we're deconstructing those ship chunks like I want. Our research, we're over halfway done on the solar panel right now, which is good. How is Lax doing? He's almost better. Yep, so now we're just continuing to tend to his wounds. The quality of those bandage also matters too. It determines how quickly he'll heal from those wounds and whether or not there's a scar. So this one is bandaged with 16% quality, whereas this one's bandaged, let's see, 53% quality. Yeah. As your doctor gets better and uses better medicines and better bandage qualities, uh, the bandage qualities become better. All right, so what we want to do now is put him in the bed. Um, let's get rid of that and capture Lax again. Now he's in the bed. We do want to clean his cell so he can feel good. Clean up the blood that's on the floor. He doesn't have any lights right now. We don't have any heat for him either, so it's kind of a crappy cell. It's almost like a dungeon cell, basically, but um, I think he's going to try and feed him, too. And we can give him the apples, I think. Dangerous food type? How do you get food poisoning from apples being a dangerous food type? That's nuts. But go ahead and feed him. Oh, he is going to use a MRE. And so what we can do with the prisoner now is we can work on, do we want to recruit him or do we want to, release him back? Um, we could sell him for 175 silver bars there. His resistance currently is at 16. As we work on him to recruit him, that we have to work on bringing him down. We could also execute him if we're really that mean, but so that's what we're going to do, I guess, in the next time we play this. So we're going to have to find another place to put our kitchen, unfortunately. We got some work to do, apparently. We have to work on this. We have to handle it. Or warden. That's right, warden. I'll be the warden, I guess. Yeah, I got the social skills for it. So I'll work on trying to lower his resistance and get him to join our colony. That's usually like once a day you can do that. In the meantime, we just have to keep him alive long enough while also trying to improve his living conditions in here if we can. Yeah, this is all messed up right now because we still need to build bedrooms and everything, which is the tough part. But that's for another time. That's a problem for future me. We'll save it here. Let's call this Retro Federation. There we go. And that's going to do it for me tonight. So thank you very much for joining me on this stream. I may come back to this a little bit later if there's enough of an interest in it. Maybe we'll see what the adventures of 21st Century Jedi, Nolkara, and Foxfire are, and maybe we'll add some additional streamers to our colony here as things permit. So thanks again for watching. This is 21st Century Jedi, always reminding you, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Fins up, bubbles up. And I will see you guys next Thursday, and it'll probably be a Pool of Radiance stream, unless we either do this or possibly Cyber Nights, but I have a feeling it's probably just going to be a Pool of Radiance stream just to keep it simple. So take care, everybody. Going into the weekend here, I hope you have a great weekend. Happy Juneteenth for everyone who celebrates. I think it is an important holiday, so I think everybody should at least take a moment to reflect upon what it means for different folks in this country and around the world, for that matter. So yeah, happy Juneteenth to everybody, and that's going to do it for me. I'll talk to you guys hopefully a week from now on Thursday. So have a great night and a great weekend. Take care.